美国男子冲进媒体镜头。
场景一。
So is it totally free?
No, it's not
Not
free.
free.
Colleges fees कतरी है school and college
College.
It depends
Also
on
for
the
middle school, high school.
On high school and junior college की कतरी थी?
Something like depends on the arts, commerce and science.
Yes, it depends on the college. हमारी फीस का होती 3,000 है.
We pay but very less.
Yes.
Very less.
For
Very less.
college we have to pay but very less.
Very
Like
less.
mine was 3,000
3,000
Indian rupees per year
As
in
of
college.
In middle or in college?
Yes, in college.
But for arts.
For arts.
For
For
arts.
arts. For science we have to pay lakhs and all.
Yes.
Lakhs and above.
If I was in science, I had to pay lakh of rupees. So it depends upon what you choose.
So if you study science,
Yes.
Higher,
Science,
you have to-
yes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
higher fee.
What
Higher
about
fees
medical?
of science.
Medical is also very
Higher,
high.
very high.
Higher.
Very high. Very high. 2-3.
场景二。
Snowing. 新年快乐. We're gonna go see the Chinese teachers for the New Year, so let's go.
场景三。
Oh crap. Is it Hong Kong?
Beijing.
I don't think I do.
Any guesses?
No. Don't ask.
Somewhere like in Tokyo, maybe?
Tokyo?
I think I'm just panicking.
场景四。
没有，但是听过，很远，离这里很远。我们坐飞机坐了6个小时。我们这个高反很严重，头很疼，一直很晕。他也是一直吃药，然后今天早上好一点。我觉得你们要坐火车，不能坐飞机。对对，我也感觉。火车的话，漫游团员都会，哎呦，空气能吸收的过来。汉语说的好好啊，在这边学的。意大利，你觉得老公是汉族的吗？汉族的。他吗？他的。对。我就说你怎么汉语说的咋这样？肯定是一个汉族老公支持你。你以为他是藏族人吗？他有点像是吧？
这小姐姐好上进啊！
对哟。
我的天。
这边物价挺高的，是呀，对吧？这边消费比高嘛高。对，感觉跟上海、杭州差不多的。我以为这边好便宜，但发现了不是。
场景五。
大家下午好。我是天津大学国际教育学院毕业生武瑞龙，我来自委内瑞拉。今天我非常高兴能够在本届毕业典礼上代表全体天大毕业的留学生发言。首先，我要感谢中国政府与我的国家一起监测文化交流项目，给我们来华留学的机会。得到了中国政府的信任和支持，我们才可以享受今天这么美妙的日子。今后，有的同学要回国继续发展，有的同学要留在中国其他学校继续。
场景六。
小妹儿烧一半，口中的尝一点老干妈，老好吃的。
哎，对了，吃肉就得这么吃，大口大口的。
好样的，你也来买菜啊？
不，我买肉。
我说买菜是说买做饭的那种水准。哎，算了。
你买那么多蔬菜，说啥了吗？
老外就知道啥了。土豆你怎么吃？
煮啊。
土豆可以红烧，可以猪柳，可以清炒，可以凉拌，可以煎，可以炒，可以泡，可以炸，土豆丝。好了好了。
场景七。
Holiday Inn, and yeah, so we're gonna have some dinner.
这2天呢，所有的中文老师都会来这个酒店培训。Oh, Ari, I think this is the dinner. Are you hungry?
Yes. I'm the first one to start eating in this whole hotel.
晚餐已经开始了。
可爱的蟑螂来了。
从那边，对，从那边。
嗨姐。
吃晚饭了。
So we got the classic fried chicken.
What is this?
I believe that's fried catfish.
场景八。
During this outbreak, and seeing how the Chinese deal with it is actually amazing. You know, they when the shit hits the fan, they quarantine. They take temperatures. They close down schools. They close down public transportation. As I say, they quarantine everybody coming into the country. They lock down areas of the city. They actually lock down cities. They lock down provinces to make sure that this doesn't spread any further than it has to. You know, and they're looking at life is more important than money. Okay, so China had, what, 85,000 cases?
场景9
Freedom for the world! Give us our freedom, Joe Biden! Joe Biden's covering up this election! He's still...
家人对中国的印象非常不好，因为我们从来没有在西方媒体上看到关于中国好的报道，几乎所有的媒体都在说中国不好。直到我哥哥娶了我嫂子，她是中国东北的，他安排我们一家人来到中国。我第一次来就爱上了这里，后来我搬来中国，到今年快5年了。我现在只要有机会就会跟我的外国朋友说中国有多好，我也会拍一系列的视频发到国外的网站上，告诉全世界的人中国。
真的，美国都没有那个微信账单和支付宝，但是中国有这个，我超喜欢这个。然后呢，我的意思是啥？整个世界别人都在学印尼，他们应该学中文，你知道为什么吗？因为我们用的衣服啊都是EU来的，我们用的手机都是中国来的，那个小米、OPPO、vivo、华为那个区，大部分都是中国的那个区啊。我们现在都有好一点的路都是中国人来修。
场景10
Afraid of 2 people, my mom and dad. One night we were having noodles for dinner. I could feel the soft light in the dining room, smell the tomato sauce, and hear my mom's voice. Sherry, put all the chopsticks on the table. Yes, and yum. Mom, Dad, let's eat. I was eating. My parents were talking. But suddenly, what's wrong with you? My mom stood up. My dad's eyes grew wide. Don't do this in front of the kid. I heard some bad words I didn't know the meaning of, and some bad words I wish I didn't know the meaning of. All of a sudden, my mom knocked all the bowls and plates on the floor. Red tomato sauce splashed all over the wall.
场景11
Rise of China, you're not thinking about the future of life on planet Earth, because while the past century is largely Europe and the United States, so the 19th century, the 1800s are largely Europe, the 1900s are largely the United States. The 21st century is going toward Asia, India and China for sure, and then China's just going to run the show. I mean, it's not even a question. You know, the nature of ups and downs of power sources, it's like sports teams. Those of you who are really into sports, you know, like one team is the powerhouse, and then a few years later, they're not the powerhouse because they have to rebuild, and that's the nature of life. The group that's on top at one point won't be on top at the next point. It just goes up and down and up and down. And the United States will not be ruling the world throughout history. It's not going to happen. The next century is really we're headed to the China century. There's not a question. And part of it is because y'all have a government. Like when you need to make something happen, you just make it happen. Like we don't. We just get mired down in people arguing with one another. Like our entire infrastructure in the United States is just crumbling into nothingness.
场景12
There you go, perfect.
No,
Japan is right here.
No,
China.
it's not here. I think it's here.
So
Wait.
that big one?
Yeah.
Easy.
No, I feel stupid now.
There we go. Very simple.
Why are you guys having trouble with this?
No. Yeah? Okay, both got it perfect. Wait, so which one did you say?
Wait.
场景13
Hearing, we heard Professor Keitner testify that the United States has the most to lose by permitting civil lawsuits against China for harms arising from COVID. In her written testimony, she explains, and I quote, "The more expansive the exceptions, the more they could also apply to the United States conduct. and the worse off we will be, because the unparalleled reach of the United States activity in every corner of the globe leaves us uniquely exposed to capricious action by foreign litigants in foreign courts. So in short, if we eliminate sovereign immunity for countries engaging in reckless behavior that contributed to the spread of COVID, other countries, including China, may very well do the same thing to us. We launch.
场景14
Sorry, back. So my mom was really into feng shui, and then she found out that there's a master like in Shenzhen, close to Hong Kong. So she came here to take a course. Is that how you say it? A course? Yeah. Yeah, course in feng shui. And
Really?
she was here like for 6 months studying feng shui, and she fell in love with it. And then she was like, I gotta bring my family.
No
So she
shit.
brought us in 2007 to do another course and to travel around China. And from then she was like, you have to go there, it's the future of the world, you have to learn Chinese. And of course, back then I didn't really want to, you know, like young people usually want to go to Europe or USA, Disney.
Yeah.
But somehow I came, I loved it, and now I live here.
Now, when did she realize that like China was the future? Was that even 15 years ago, or did it take her some time before she was like, I guess that was the reason you came here, right? Was China is really important?
Yeah.
And she realized.
场景15
And 1 billion people. 4 million?
Yeah, a lot more than us.
1 billion?
I like 10 million? I don't know.
A billion?
Yeah. I'd say in the billions. I would say
Billions, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe 700 billion or maybe a lot of people.
场景16
Right? It's like, yo, man, here we are. Here's China going this way, and by all accounts, the U.S. is going this way, and China is going this way. And this is big. This is big because look at China here. This is dude, when I was your age, sitting in classes, taking my first sociology class, here was China, and there was the United States. China was barely getting off the ground, and just look, man, look at that. Look at, in a short period of time, in nothing, in 20 years, here. And if you're not thinking about China, if you're thinking about the U.S., if you're thinking about your future, and you're not thinking about China, and you're not paying attention to what's...
场景17
Big, very big.
It's huge. That's the impression.
It's a really huge country with a lot of people, I guess.
It's just so different from Europe, so I would like to see like how people live. I imagine it's to be a lot different from Europe.
Many million people. I will have problem to recognize them. Who is who?
Friendly people, was nice, very good food actually. The Chinese restaurants in Sweden are not anything compared to the real ones, of course, in China.
Everybody seems kind, you know, a calm and a nice place, you know.
The culture, the food, language.
It seems.
场景18
reduction plan. Now, by the end of 2020, the country achieved its goal of lifting nearly 100 million people out of poverty over the previous 8 years. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And I've been lucky enough to visit many of the places that have seen huge improvements as a result of this plan. This place was once known as a Pinkwinter or a poverty village. It's not anymore. It's been pulled out of poverty. It's been absolutely transformed. I've seen firsthand how provinces in the east are helping out poorer provinces and regions in the west, providing talent, resources, investment to foster.
Scratch. Moved the majority of their huge population from poverty to the middle class, and mostly cornered the market in 5G and pharmaceuticals. Oh, and they bought Africa. Their new Silk Road initiative is the biggest infrastructure project in history, indebting not just that continent, but large parts of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East to the people who built their roads, bridges, and ports. If you want to go anywhere in the world these days, you better have a yen for travel. Yen for travel. Oh, stop it. In China alone, they have 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. America has none. Our fastest train is the tram that goes around the zoo. China sees a problem, and they fix it. They build a dam. We debate what to rename it.
10 busiest ports in the world, how many do you think are in China? Well, let me tell you. 7. How many do you think are in the United States? None. How many do you think are in Europe? None. It's remarkable what is happening here. Now, is it remarkable in some senses? Yes, of course it is, but we go back to this point, that China has been a dominant economic power through human history. It comes because of the Central Plain, which I was walking right across, between the Yellow River and the Yangtze River. It's an immensely fertile plain. It's surrounded by...
Preview.